gets a shot at Neil Bell, I guess. He's the eliminator. This was a WBC eliminator, I believe.
Yeah.
And he's the #1 contender for that belt now. So
I don't think he's ready for belt. So I think he'll get beat by him. Definitely.
yeah, I would have to agree. I mean, better people have lost a belt than Haye.
Definitely. Mormon for one, the main one.
Yep, that's the main one.
So,
But anyhow, also the Canadian fighter Jean Pascal won a unanimous decision. He knocked his opponent down 3 times in the second round. But the third came around the time of the bell, and the 3 knockdown rule was in effect, but they
it's an option if they want to use it or not. So
and they didn't stop it. He ended up going the distance, easily beat the guy, of course. But
we didn't see this one either.
Pascal, the couple of fights I've seen of him, I've liked him. They should have shown this somehow. Of course they didn't.
Yeah.
Nothing.
All of these fights coming up we're mentioning were not shown at all.
None of them.
So that's unacceptable.
Wang Jian fought again. 16th title defense of his WBC flyweight title. Another successful defense. Didn't look like any kind of a challenge. He needs to fight someone. He's had a lot of fights here against some questionable opposition. Now it's time for him to get a name over there. Get a name. Someone, please.
And show it.
Absolutely, show it. Okay, also the Durrell brothers both fought this weekend, both of them successful. Andre got a knockout in 2 rounds, and Anthony got a knockout in 4 rounds.
This was on the Showbox card, which they decided to show 2 very shitty fights instead. It was on the undercard.
Yep.
They showed Sam Solomon and also that terrible heavyweight Jason Estrada, who
And
lost, by
Sam
the way.
Solomon struggled with his opponent,
So,
who was no one good.
Solomon sucks. So
Exactly.
they should have shown the Durrell brothers instead of those 2.
The Peterson brothers also fought. Both got unanimous decision, 8-round unanimous decision wins.
And Lamont Peterson beat Martez Logan, who's been in there with some good people. So
Yep, although his record looks
no, it was
horrible.
yeah.
But anyhow, also Josiah Judah also won a 6-round unanimous decision.
Yeah, for him.
Julio Gonzalez, for those of you that care, well, no one, but TKO 3 for him. And on the undercard of that, the bigger fight was Andre Ward, winning a 6-round unanimous decision. I don't know about why he's fighting 6-rounders right now. I think he should be at least up to 8-rounders now. But anyhow, he got another fight in finally. So
Yeah, again not shown.
again, not shown with as few fights as he's had.
They need to show all of his fights.
Every fight, I would think the sponsor he has isn't it Nike?
It's
Or
Nike,
Everlast, or
yeah. And
maybe
or
both.
brand Jordan, actually, yeah.
Jordan, and they need to put some pressure on him to fight on TV.
Yeah.
Well, they're paying him that endorsement money for nothing right now. I mean,
It's worthless so far.
yeah.
They will not show him, don't understand it. So, anyway.
Also, Bobby Pacquiao lost a controversial disqualification
Yeah, which his opponent was thrilled about.
against Velasquez, the same one that
Manny
beat the hell out of.
5-6 rounds back in last September. But Pacquiao was clearly winning the fight. The versus announcers were completely biased to Velasquez because at the very beginning because Pacquiao came in overweight at 133, and they were all over him for that the whole time. Giving rounds to Velasquez that he
Just
clearly did
because
not
of
win.
that.
Yeah, that he was
Just because of the weigh-in.
going in with an obvious bias towards Velasquez. I had it 9 rounds to 2 or 8 rounds to 2 going into the 11th round for Pacquiao.
And the only way they could find to give Velasquez a win was a disqualification.
And he got it, and he milked the low blows for everything. They were low. I will admit that they were very low. But the point is, Velasquez had his head down a lot of
He
times.
took his chance to get out of the fight.
Yep, absolutely. And he milked him for everything. And he was very thrilled after the fight as they announced
He
him
was
as the
glad
winner.
that they win by
Yeah,
disqualification.
it's not a real win. It's not a real loss. It's nothing. It means absolutely nothing. It's very similar to John Ruiz getting a draw.
Do you remember what the actual judges?
I think they actually had it for Pacquiao by 2 or 3 points.
So there you go.
So,
Even the judges.
Yeah, and that's with the 3, I think 2 points deducted from Pacquiao. So that's with that, and I think they all had him up actually. Maybe one had Velasquez up, but
There needs to be an immediate rematch.
yeah, definitely. And
Before this year is out, hopefully.
and Pacquiao did knock him down in
And
the
now
3rd
that'll
round.
happen, but
Yeah, but
definitely January, February, somewhere in there. Go ahead and get this rematch made right away,
absolutely.
and let Pacquiao avenge that BS DQ.
Completely BS, horrible call. So
Anyhow, also just moving right along, Edgar Santana won a 3rd round knockout on that card that'll be shown.
yeah. this
Also,
comes
the
up.
chin checkers. First, Curtis Stevens avenged his loss to
Marcus
Primera,
Yeah.
sorry, and
8-round decision.
8
Won
round
every round,
decision.
it looks like, but
Did not-
beating on him, but didn't
did
knock
not-
him out.
did not get the one up on him that we would have liked to have seen.
Yeah,
But anyhow, at least he got a win, and this was a legitimate
Yeah,
win, unlike
absolutely.
the stoppage, the bad stoppage
Yeah.
against Stevens. And also on the undercard of that, opening the show, I'm assuming, was Jadon Codrington getting a 2nd round knockout over his opponent. So
Chin
just
checkers
slowly coming
back
back.
to wins, so back on the same card. So watch it when it comes on. Definitely.
Absolutely, they'll be on
This Sunday, November 26th, on the Broadway boxing card.
Comcast. Or,
Comcast. It'll probably be on those
they'll be on a few of those.
SNY, the
kind of
Sports
channels.
New York channel. You know, those kind of channels. So check them out.
Absolutely, and also, okay, well, that's it actually. The chin checkers back in the win column. Manny Pacquiao doing some chin checking to Eric Morales. Just to recap, what happens to Morales? What happens with Pacquiao? We don't know. Manny Pacquiao, just going back real quick. Who would you like to see Pacquiao fight?
Well, I'd like to see him fight Barrera next. I would go for Barrera in that, but I'm very not confident at all about Barrera beating him, as I wouldn't be about anybody in that weight division right now.
Once again, I'm not sure who I would go for in that fight.
I like Barrera better. I love Pacquiao, obviously, but
I don't know right now. It's Pacquiao's really proven himself lately.
absolutely. He just doesn't look like he can be stopped right now. Too fast, too aggressive.
I definitely
powerful.
have to pick Pacquiao against Barrera right now. I have to. I can't.
I will say that Barrera will not be drawn into a fight like that, like Morales was. I don't think he will be.
I don't know.
I don't think he'll be willing because he knows what will happen if he tries to. I mean, he's seen it too many times. For one thing, with
He's
himself,
experienced it.
exactly. For one thing, with himself, he's seen it.
The
And
thing is,
twice
with
now with
Pacquiao's
Morales.
speed, can Barrera keep him off?
That's going to be the very big problem that he has to deal with, and we'll see if he can nullify it. Hopefully, he can. But I'm not confident.
I don't know. That's a big fight. I'd like to. Guzman has actually called him out. I'd be interested in seeing that fight. I don't think Guzman should call him out.
But
I don't know what he's thinking, but
true fighter, wanting to
And
fight the best.
one
so.
big fight I would really look forward to that they could have in Manila.
Yes, this might happen also.
Edwin Valero.
Yeah, that might actually be Pacquiao's next fight. He's wanting to fight in Manila around March or sometime, and that's rumored to be his opponent, possibly.
The two best knockout artists in that weight range,
Yeah, absolutely.
fighting each other,
Two most aggressive fighters by far.
and
Will be fight of the year for sure, I would think, or at least a candidate for it.
absolutely at least a candidate. And
Unless Pacquiao just destroys him, which isn't
and they
impossible.
better show that one.
Yeah, I
better
don't
show
think
that.
They would show that one.
I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't
I
show
don't know.
Pacquiao's last fight, the Larios fight, which was in Manila, because HBO crew was too afraid to go
HBO
over there.
didn't show it. No, they did.
Yeah, they had it on pay-per-view.
They made it available.
Only offered to Charter instead of Dish Network, which is what I have. But
Yep, I did.
yeah,
see the
I
fights.
saw it. Yeah. So, but
We
anyway,
saw the fights.
yeah, terrible
This
thing.
needs to be available for
Everywhere,
every
of
single
course.
person.
And it wouldn't be shocking if Pacquiao just destroyed him. I mean, he just destroyed Morales.
Yep.
So what could be shocking?
Valero in his recent fights, he's looked more impressive in sparring than he
By
has
far.
in his recent fights.
Much more skill used in sparring, definitely. And
Which
he better
shows
fight that way
which
against Pacquiao.
shows he does have skill.
Yep, a lot of it. Better fight that way against Pacquiao if he wants to stand a chance. So,
I personally see that as just an all-out war,
yeah,
really,
definitely.
and Pacquiao winning.
Yes.
It's hard to pick against him right now.
And Valero just isn't experienced, only 20 fights, so
Yeah.
and only really one good opponent in his last
his
last
fight.
opponent.
That
So,
was really.
yeah. But anyway, we'll
Anyhow,
have to
that's
see what
going to be
goes on.
the show for right now. Talk to you later. BoxingBrew@gmail.com. Bye.